Pickaxe.
Gather round, friends, let me tell you a tale of three scoundrels, grabby and small. A hippie, a dancer, and a sweet talker who live in High Spear Mall. You've seen them around, they sell sweets by the pound. Their wares are famously tasty. So here I sit, singing to you of crimes involving pastry. Clover's the whisper, she makes all the sweets. She has a corn dog addiction. Fenton's the slob, he sleeps in a safe and writes vampire fanfiction. Franklin's the cutter, his fighter's strength does hide his dancer's heart. Best and brightest they may not be, but that's my favorite part. So gather round, friends, and listen close, for the tale's about to start.
Hi, everybody. This is Shawn O'Hara here, your game master, joined by Fenton Beasley, the Slide, Abdul Aziz.
Hello, everybody. Or, as my player would say, hello, everybody. An almost indistinguishable difference.
What's difference?
Franklin Stein, the Cutter, Paul Oppers.
Hi. You tell me which is which.
And Clover Ivy Fern, the Whisper, Jessica Ty.
Hi, I never changed my voice.
She says defiantly.
I never changed my voice.
We're here to do a little chat.
Fun.
Season 1 of Mall Brats has come to an end. And we're here to just, talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
Never done one of these before.
But all the biggest podcasts do them, so we had to try.
Yeah, we had to try because
Yeah.
everybody loves a behind the scenes look at their favorite shows. And that's what we're here to give you
That's right.
by way of
Talking about this show.
talking
you just
about the show.
Mhm.
Mall Brats Season 1. What else can you say about it?
What? Well, season 1 started in 2019.
Mm-hmm.
This is good context.
Yeah.
Started in 2019. Our first recording was at the Just for Laughs Vancouver head office.
Yes.
After hours, so late.
So
Jessica-
late.
Very late.
Jessica poured a bunch of Shiraz into a mason jar, that like a 2-liter mason jar.
I thought it would give me energy and strength to
Jessica.
go through. What am I supposed to do at a midnight start?
Uh-huh.
It was
Yeah.
a midnight start
It
for
was,
sure.
yeah.
Wasn't somebody blaring David Bowie below and beside us?
Yeah.
That was the next day.
The next day.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
They blended.
I forgot that it just makes me sleepy.
Mhm. Yeah, Jessica doesn't drink very much.
She does it. You're very funny when you drink.
Yeah.
Thanks. I didn't try it again. It's pretty easy. It doesn't take much.
To drink.
Yeah. I don't mean it like that.
There's a liquor store across the street from here.
Is there?
Yeah, next to the Chinese street food place.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was thinking the Parkade and then the abandoned grocery store. I was like, there's got to be something in there.
There's a guy who sells moonshine in the third floor of the parkay.
Yeah, and then the gay bar also sells beer.
Oh, right. There's a
That's what we're
bar, a
talking
regular
about.
bar. Yeah. Yeah. 2019, a million years ago, it feels like.
Yeah, kind of was.
Yeah,
Mhm.
6 years ago.
6 years
The
ago.
whole world changed.
So, oh
in that
god,
time.
How so?
kind of like so many times.
Yeah, it continues to flux.
I can't remember if we were like before the world changed or after.
Yeah,
It
2019.
was 2019.
So
Oh, okay.
pre-COVID,
Yeah.
but not by much.
It's pretty like everything. We
Mhm.
were still like in our 20s, except
we
for
were.
Paul.
Yeah.
It was 49 years old.
Yep. I'm getting younger. I'm going down. Fuck
Benjamin
it.
Buttoning. Yeah, I think the thing that I always think about when I listen to the early stuff is I can't stop thinking about how different my voice is.
It was so high.
It was so high, and I don't know why it's so low now.
The pandemic was really hard.
Maybe it's
Yeah,
from
fair
a
enough.
career of talking.
That could be it. That could be it.
But the nice thing about how your voice has aged is like it's kind of in that like chocolatey tones phase
Ah.
where it's like you sort of it was this like high pitched sort of academic It's like you would be cast as like the smart shit disturber in a college comedy before.
Okay.
But now you're in your Pedro Pascal phase.
I see.
Pedro Pascal.
Pedro Pascal. You know what? I'll take the comparisons. I don't see it, but hey, thanks out there,
Others
everybody.
do.
Cool. I'll take it. Whatever.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Oh
Whoa.
my God.
Yes.
Holy shit.
Man.
That's the most lascivious you've ever
I
been.
think that was, if you're watching this on video, you saw that too. Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Shit.
Sorry, you can delete it.
No.
No,
so
we're
funny.
leaving that in. We're leaving that in. Everybody gets to see how much my wife likes me.
Pedro's gotta see that.
Pedro. If
No,
you're
not
watching
Pedro.
this-
Fuck off, Pedro Fest.
Hey, Pedro.
The-
Me and 5 billion other women.
Find you attractive.
I'd say like 99% of the world population would find him attractive.
I think we've had this conversation. So a lot of
think
people
he's-
don't find him
I think
attractive.
he's fine.
What?
I know. I'm not attracted to guys, so I
mean-
think he looks cool.
I think, yeah, there's an esque about him. I think his attitude and his voice and his big doughy eyes,
Yeah,
right?
and his like
Yeah.
active eyebrows.
His active eyebrows.
Yeah.
He's got thick fingers too.
Yes.
It means he's got a fat hog.
Yeah,
What
that's
the
right.
fuck?
You don't know how much room there is left over.
Yeah. Okay, what are our favorite?
Any
what was
guy
it?
whose hand you shake and his fingers are really thick,
Uh-huh.
you know it's
All right,
Those
what are
guys-
our favorite things about season
guys'
1 of Mall
hands.
Brats?
When you go to shake it and they just stick out their one fat finger, and you're supposed to shake,
and you
just
can't
the
even
finger.
get your fingers
My
around his
hand?
one index finger.
Mall Brats. This is what you hear for listeners,
Our
talking
kids podcast.
ostensibly. Yeah, season 1. It was a lot of fun. What are some highlights for people?
The roller coaster.
The roller coaster
Mhm.
was really cool.
First episode, yeah,
Very first up. Set the tone.
it
Yeah.
really did.
Mhm.
Yeah, let's go around and say everybody say what your favorite what comes to mind as your favorite scene in the season.
Mm-hmm. Let me look up.
I know mine. Because it was, to my mind, it was the scene where the show became the show and the characters were solidified as the
Is
characters.
it Spit Boys?
It was the Spit Boy Spit
Oh,
scene.
sure, yeah.
It was such. There are moments in the show where I was like, these are perfect character moments, and that was one of them. Where it's like the kids were being 100% shitty kids. And the way it escalated was like, this is what kids would do.
Yeah.
So good.
They
Yeah.
make a competition out of something that is absolutely grotesque.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, and like when it's zoomed in and in the kids' heads, there's like bad, there's like rock and roll,
Yeah.
80s rock and roll happening, and then zooming out to a parent watching it. It's just like
Totally.
silent kids spitting in the ground, disgusting, going to shoo them and clean up.
Yeah.
And the janitor just be like, fucking kids, spit on the floor.
I hate these kids.
Oh, man. Wow, what have I done?
I made more work for myself.
I've become the thing I hate. My favorite stuff is always the like the everyday lives of the Cool Treat kids, where it's like you guys hanging out at the Sugar Shack,
Mhm.
like Clover's in her workshop, and Fenton and Franklin are doing push-ups or eating chocolate or
Fenton's not doing push-ups. He's on that rocking horse.
sitting on his
That's what
thinking
he
horse.
calls Franklin when Franklin's doing push-ups. Oh, time to jump on my rocking horse. What?
And
I'm sure this is doing something.
then I love the culmination of Big Market, where you guys ruin the lives of the Fudgies by just creating an absolute chaos riot
Yeah.
after tipping over a bunch of chocolate and
That's
unionizing the elves.
another great character
Yeah.
scene where Clover goes into
Like
rage
Punisher mode. Yeah.
She went too far.
She did.
I went too far.
She went too far.
Big Market was fun. It was I like that arc because it was like one
Oh,
of the
yeah.
first big jobs that took like several episodes.
Yeah, I would say that, you know what? Maybe that's the scene where the show became the show.
Mm.
Yeah.
I think when you sang Big Market is my favorite part of the show.
Oh,
Which,
yeah.
the
Beginning of the
tune of Dancing in the Moonlight.
Yeah.
Welcome to Big
Market.
Market. Yeah, right,
But
yeah.
you gotta do the voice.
I
When he goes-
Dwat.
Oh,
yeah,
the dwa- He's kind of got like a
Yeah.
voice like this.
Yeah.
Welcome to Big Market.
You want
Take
them
a
thick.
snake and take another snake.
Yeah.
And then those snakes will make more snakes. Yeah, I remember now. I can't remember how much of that music we're allowed to use in the.
In the release?
Probably.
There are a handful of episodes that get what is called partially blocked by YouTube. The bots don't notice it
Uh-huh.
because we absolutely butcher those songs.
Right. I guess it's all parody versions
Yeah.
of the song, so it's not as
Mhm.
against the law. But we
And-
do play the music on the show.
We
We
do.
did get an email from Weird Al once saying, stop doing what I do.
Just a picture of him holding a gun.
Yeah.
Well, he's gonna hate the finale song.
Oh, yeah.
I think also I enjoyed, I mean, probably just because I just heard it, but when Clover and Kestrin Ropes have their standoff,
Oh, it's so funny.
good.
Yeah.
Oh my
One
god.
of the greatest scenes.
it's the most powerful I've ever felt. Me,
Yeah.
Jessica.
I don't you have somewhere stupid to go is such a funny burn because it's so effective but so simple, and then also just that her walking away and Clover just throwing popcorn after her, not
What
even
a
at her,
move.
just like
Yeah.
and then
Towards her.
also you just be like, I have popcorn in my pockets.
I can be here all day.
and then, but just like as the dumb kid that you
Yeah.
are, you obviously just are walking
Obviously.
around with stale popcorn.
I brought food. Did you bring food?
What a fucking loser. Didn't bring any food? Okay.
I will also say that reminds me. I love that scene. I love Shawn like falling apart as Kesserit, where he's just like, I.
You know what's weird is when we talk
Genuinely.
about the scenes, I always forget that I am the other people.
Oh,
I always
that's
think
fun.
of them as actual people. Like, oh, Kesserin.
What a bitch.
Wait, that's me.
But
I'm a bitch.
you guys were saying, I think last night, like, it makes sense that Kestrin hates Clover because Clover's kind of a piece of shit.
She's been horrible to
Oh
her.
yeah, Clover's
Yeah.
a monster.
she poisoned her, destroyed her gang, took over her territory,
Whatever.
Stole her
Thank
boyfriend?
you.
so, stole her boyfriend, and then
Get over it.
There's spoilers, so we can't talk about the rest.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
there's some other. It does
There's
not
other
end there.
stuff.
Oh yeah,
It keeps going.
yeah.
Man. Yeah, from the perspective of anyone else in the mall, like when the Cool Treat kids set their sights on you, must be a truly upsetting moment. Like,
No.
oh God, they're coming.
There's nothing I can do about this because they have no shame. There's nothing I can do to them.
They're unstoppable.
Their random eye is on me now. Yeah.
They just decided that I'm their problem.
Yeah, there's nothing really targeted about it other than accidental.
Exactly.
Right?
But we never go for anyone who hasn't provoked us.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
I feel like provoked is strong in some cases.
That's fair.
I bet she provoked me.
I bet.
Flashback.
She was rude to you.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
She was rude,
It's
so
nice
you
to have an
ruined her
ally
life.
here.
Yeah, it's escalation is what the Cool Treat kids are the best at.
Mhm.
Is escalating a situation.
You're hot as fuck, Mrs. Rose. Paul. Oh, the other thing I was going to say was that the Kester and Clover interaction reminded me of is the artwork is also
Oh,
starting
yeah.
to be like my new
Oh.
favorite part of the episodes.
The
Oh, yeah.
episode art is so good.
It's so good, and I have it up when I'm editing
Oh, nice.
because I like looking at something while I'm listening to the edit.
you.
Yeah,
You're doing
Yeah,
so good on
look
that.
at the Spit Boys artwork.
it's so
Oh, the
It's
Spit
the
Boys
is
greatest
funny.
thing I've ever drawn in my life.
It's so dynamic. It's so good.
Yeah. It moves. That's great.
Yeah, we're such, and I like the because it also so well takes into account the context of that scene where it's so obvious that Clover has just woken up.
Yeah.
So she's in pajamas
Yeah.
basically, and her hair is pinned up and stuff.
I think my favorite. My favorite episode art is the Charles Eve one,
Oh,
it is a cute
yeah.
where it's
one.
like a Christmas photo, but then Borbo's fist is coming into the frame, and they're still. You guys are all kidnapping Charles, but you still want a Charles Eve picture,
It's
so they're all posing.
Yeah.
It's
so
so
funny.
cute. It's like it is. Man, there's so many great moments in this season.
Yeah,
You know what? I do like these talkbacks. It's a nice
It's fun.
retrospective.
It's fun.
it's fun to be like, wow, we made a great show.
I have this sentimentality for the Cool Treat kids where I love them in a way where they are like I've said this before, but they're sort of younger versions of us.
Mhm.
If we all had another person who had our back when
Yeah.
we were in elementary school, instead of just being the fucking weirdos that we actually were.
Yeah.
With zero back people.
Yeah.
It's like being nostalgic for a childhood
that we
that you didn't have,
Yeah.
but you did have. Like
Yeah.
you remember it like a childhood you had.
I mean, I feel like I had quite a rambunctious childhood.
Yeah.
There's a lot of mall stuff.
Oh yeah.
I think, I like Mall Brats because it's all the stuff I wanted to do in the mall.
Uh-huh.
But I could only get away with like a little bit of stuff in the mall.
Yeah.
We did hang out in the mall when we were
I
kids.
did hang out in the mall.
And you were very good on your bike.
I was great
That's
at my
true.
bike.
Mhm.
Guys, I was so good at my bike.
so
Wheelies,
good at my
endos?
bike.
Oh, yeah. Wheelies.
Endos?
I don't know what those are.
Back wheelie up, balancing on the front wheel.
No, I couldn't do that.
Sorry, I brought it up.
I wasn't that good at my bike. then.
But Sean, I remember when we had started being friends when we were like 23. Sean, holy shit, have we been friends for like 13 years?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sean and I were just talking about last night.
Like, how long have we known Abdul for?
We've been friends forever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
13 years.
Whoa. But when we started being friends, I remember Sean describing your guys' childhood, and you'd be like, I'd like walk up to Jess's house up this hill, and then sometimes she would just do a wheelie from that intersection for like a kilometer in the other direction.
yeah.
It's like,
This
whoa,
is good.
what?
Yeah. And also Jessica was really fast.
Yeah.
So sometimes she just, I mean, especially if she got spooked by something.
Oh, yeah.
She'd just start running and there was no way you were going to
Because
catch
the
up.
road, the road to my house, like before everything was developed, like they had like one street light the whole for like a kilometer and a half. So
Yeah.
I was like,
Oh my
I'd be
God.
like booking it, and then I'd walk slow under the street light, and then I just
Where their safety is.
Yeah.
there's safety. And then the worst is like you go downhill around the corner, like through the like around like, and the woods get thick, and then you're just like, oh fuck,
Yeah.
fuck, there's no houses here.
Where now there is a bunch of like condos and apartments and shit, there used to just be dense forest around
And
Jessica's
there's
house.
like this like kind of creepy old man cabin that like was kind of comforting, but I was like, could be a murderer.
Yeah.
And definite cougars everywhere.
Definitely.
Oh, yeah.
cougars.
Kids on the island are terrified of cougars.
Yeah,
Yes.
because they're real.
well,
We
and
have
also
the highest density of cougars in the world.
that's what
Yeah.
it is. The highest density of mountain lions is on Vancouver Island. So
I
they're
remember-
fucking everywhere.
I
Yeah.
remember playing at the school by my house on the weekend, and we were all playing, and then one of my friends was like, "There's a cougar on the rock," and then we all just
Kids running the
Yeah.
opposite way.
The cougar seeing the one thing it would desperately wanted to see, a bunch of prey with its back turned.
I think it was actually laying down. Like I don't think it was like doing anything. It was just laying there. But I was still like, oh my god, I'm gonna get eaten so fast.
Yes.
They always say that if you see a cougar, it has already decided that it's not going to
Yeah.
attack you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
Yeah.
Miles told me a story once where him and one of his dads and one of his groups of stepbrothers
Uh-huh.
were
I think he just has the one stepbrother, but he does have several dads.
we're like dirt biking through the woods, and his dad was just like, "Don't look back, kids." And then Miles looked back, and there was like a cougar running
Oh my
after
god.
him.
That's so wild.
Oh man,
Holy shit.
I've never seen one in the wild, and I really want to.
That's seen you.
Yeah.
And then another dirtbag story that Miles told us. Remember that one where he told us how he got to their high school graduation
Yeah.
party in the woods, where he just put a flashlight in his mouth and then rode his dirt bike
Dirt bike.
through dense forest?
No helmet, just getting whacked in the face by branches.
Oh my god.
Show up like ET with a glowing tummy.
Your
Yeah.
stomach.
Well, like, at recess at my school with the Cougars, that we would go out of bounds. Well, I didn't really go. I think I went once because I was too scared, but they would go out of bounds and climb up to Cougar Mountain.
Whoa.
Yeah, pretty
Whoa.
cool.
Which is what the kids called it.
Which is what the kids called
Yeah.
it. I don't think it actually exists.
Yeah.
It was a rock. It was a big rock
Yeah.
for
It was
sure.
a big
yeah.
hill.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, we got called in a few times for cougars when I went to John Stubbs, the like military kids elementary school. Because it was
Whoa,
right on the
Stubbs?
woods. John Stubbs.
Huh.
It was right on the woods.
Mhm.
And they would just be like, okay, recess is over.
We're
Come
having
on
recess
in.
inside, everybody.
Yeah.
Paul, what was your favorite?
Yeah.
What were you haven't said your favorite.
Yeah, I did. If I was the first one to say the favorite. And then
oh,
you said, let's all name our favorite.
Oh, right. The roller coaster.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a great plan.
Yeah.
It was the most
The who's can say. I picture
Yeah.
that often.
yeah. It was such a cartoony plan
It was
that
so
really
fun.
set up that this show was going to be like a Saturday morning cartoon.
Yeah.
I love that we've got like different genres kind of for each show,
Mhm.
like fantasy road trip comedy,
Mhm.
super goofy Saturday morning cartoon,
Mhm.
and then with Up All Night, we're trying to do like slightly more grounded teen comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Champagne Saturday.
Flop it around.
Do you guys think that if we went up there and wanted to try on wedding dresses, they'd let us?
And drink champagne.
I'd love to.
You would want to do that?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
always want to try on wedding dresses. Are you fucking kidding me?
Champagne's
Every time-
basically bubbly Shiraz.
Yeah.
Every
Yeah.
time we come in, Jessica stops at the window outside the dress store and goes, wow.
Even if I've like come in and out 6 times today, I stand and look at the same dresses. I'm like, wow.
Wow. I like that.
Wow. Yeah.
You're cool because you are a girl.
Yeah, I am a girl. What do you mean?
Sometimes
Abdul hates it when I look at the dresses like I want to try
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
know
No,
the way
you're
I
a boy,
dress
Paul.
is
No,
pretty gross usually.
that's not what I mean. I mean, it's easy to forget that you're a girl
Oh.
because you're in the same way that Fenton and Franklin think of Clover as their just their sibling.
Familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's easy, and they forget that she's a girl.
She has like girl dreams.
Yeah. It's sort of a similar vibe.
I like
Yeah.
that whenever she does sound effects, we're also like, oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Pew, pew, pew,
She's
pew.
a girl.
This happens in every teen comedy.
Yeah,
You go, I just forget sometimes that you're a girl.
yeah.
Yeah.
You're not like a girl, you're
Yeah.
like a cool girl.
And
No,
then
I'm
there's
You're like a
girl.
guy, basically.
and then there's a scene at a dance or a scene at a beach.
Where she comes out in a dress and
Yeah.
her hair's down.
Yeah.
And they're like, wow.
Whoa,
Man, I wish. I
Jess
wish I
is a
could pull
girl.
that off. I come out on the beach, same clothes. I'm not stripping down my swimsuit.
No, no,
There's
no,
no
no.
way.
More fleeces?
Yeah.
On the beaches?
More places. Umbrella. Grumpy. I don't want to be here. Why are we here?
Forwards hat.
Too hot.
Backwards hat.
Hat
Side
all around.
side.
all
You know,
around.
Jess, they make hats that go
Hat
all the way
all
around.
around.
No, you said 4 or 7.
Yeah.
7 ball
I
caps.
don't know. North, south, east, west. Like
Yeah.
that's
Okay, so it is
Zeller's
not
Walmart.
a regular
It's a
beach
sun
hat.
hat.
Okay.
No, she's got to face direct. She's got it set up so wherever the sun is in the sky,
Mhm.
that's where the hats are pointing.
no. The
Okay.
hat is a lot. Everyone makes fun of my hats in
At
the
the
summer.
beach?
Yeah.
Oh, because you have big hats.
Well,
She's got like big summer hats.
Aaron's always making fun of my hats.
I think your hats are cool.
No.
I like your big hats.
You have
Yeah, you look
You
great.
have cool hats. There's
Yeah.
no way. You can't
You
claim
look like
that.
Marceline the Vampire Queen.
Oh,
Yeah.
cute.
Mhm.
Yeah. Her hats are fucking rad.
They're big. Yeah, I do have to do that.
I remember one time I was walking around Victoria and I saw you in one of your big hats, and I was like, that girl looks like Marceline. And then I was like, oh, it's Jess.
I shouldn't have got rid of that hat.
It was a cool
It
hat.
was cool.
So you should
Whoever
get a
has it-
different one.
Bring it back.
Get
Yeah.
another one.
Yeah.
One thing I wanted to ask people:
Mm.
what is everybody's favorite NPC
Ah,
From the first one?
Oh
for
my
the first
gosh.
season?
I love the Rat Man.
Oh, yeah, Ratman's pretty
I
good.
really like being the Rat Man.
I mean, Borblo, is he in the first?
Borbo's in the first
season. Borbo, yeah.
Sure,
Absolutely.
he's so good.
Borbo-
Paul, have
doesn't-
you not been listening?
Not the re-release? No.
What?
No, I haven't.
Mm.
How do I get it?
Are you fucking kidding me?
It's on Spotify.
Yeah, I know
And
that.
or wherever you get your podcasts.
Yeah, I know that.
Borbo is perhaps the finest illustration of what the flashback mechanic can be, because he was supposed to be a failure.
Yeah.
He was a security guard that was then flashbacked into a guy that you hired.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was a dishwasher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he came out so hard on the acting, where he was
Yeah.
like, "I'm Sir Bigman the Strange."
Yeah. I love, Borbo's great. I love the Rat Man.
Oh, that rat moment when you release the rats in the restaurant.
Oh yeah.
That's one of my
That's a good
favorite
one.
moments.
I'm your worst nightmare. And then a slow wave.
Oh, it's so
The
good.
wave of rats.
It's just the elevator from The Shining at Butt Rat.
Butt Rat.
Oh, who's my favorite? I mean, Borblo, but he like kind of almost doesn't count as an NPC. Like he's
Yeah.
just
Sort
like
of
a normal
Sean's
PC.
player
Bit of a
character.
PC.
Yeah, he's the
Yeah.
character that I play, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do love Borbo.
Love
He's
Borbo.
so complex
Mhm.
and also so simple at the same time.
I mean, also obviously I love Seamus. How could you not?
Yeah. Sure.
God damn it.
Perhaps
I don't
my interpretation of the worst parts of my teenage self
That
in
is
one
true.
person.
Yeah.
Too much of a clear window into both your sexualities for me.
I'm so sorry.
There are
It's the accent play that I'm just
Yeah.
like, I feel like I'm watching something here. I just have to avert my eyes and ears.
I feel like the listeners that don't realize Jessica and I are married are the ones they're blissfully unaware. You know,
We should, yeah. I should never have mentioned anything.
It's healthy.
we didn't
Yeah.
for
I
a long
like-
time.
Yeah, we did
We
talk
didn't.
about it for a long
Actually, again, our friend
There's-
Zena didn't realize we were married.
Yeah.
Oh, that's such a cute realization where you're just like, my two favorite people from my favorite podcast. And
Yeah.
then they're like, oh, we're married.
She sent
She's
me.
also friends with my sister Amy
Ah.
before she listened to this, and then she realized, like, oh, Jessica's Amy's sister.
Whoa, that's such a sick realization.
She sent me a
That's so
series of
weird.
messages that was like, I didn't know you were married. Fat Billy, wife, 2005?
Wait, why 2005?
Because we've been together since 2005.
Oh, okay.
Right, we're coming up on 20 years.
Holy shit.
Wow,
Are
and
you
we're
guys-
only 25.
I was 25
Arranged
when you
marriage.
guys met. That's so fun.
Talk about your girlfriend from kindergarten.
Julia?
Yeah.
Man, Julia was so
You had a
cute.
girlfriend in kindergarten?
Julia was the biggest crush I've ever had, and also possibly.
Ever had?
Yeah.
Whoa, Aaron.
Possibly
You listened to
not a
this?
crush. I don't know.
What?
She was
Possibly
just.
not a crush. Like, you mean you were genuinely in love? Or what do you mean?
No. She was just like we were friends.
Oh, like you just really liked her.
I just really liked her as
Yeah.
my friend.
Totally.
Okay, yeah.
And
Yeah.
kids don't really have sexual attraction.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
just like, I just want to be best friends with Julia forever. This
Yeah.
is the best.
I mean, is
great.
it bad if when I was little, I was like, I really want to hold hands really hard?
Yeah, because kids are so physically affectionate with
Yeah.
one
Yeah,
another.
makes sense.
It's
That was my
cute.
crush. I was like, can't we to hold hands?
Yes,
Yeah.
That's a comfort thing.
Yeah.
That makes
Yeah,
sense.
totally.
Yeah.
That's just being best friends with somebody.
Yeah.
So cute.
Yeah. So that was Julia. I wonder where she is.
Hope you're well,
I can find out
Julia.
what was her last name.
I couldn't find her.
Okay.
Oh no, Paul! No!
It's me, Julia, the whole
Oh
time.
no, it's Triangle Face.
Hold my hand forever. Oh my god, my hands are so cold. I didn't realize I was cold until I touched it.
Right. Yeah, I am
Oh my
a
God.
furnace.
You didn't
So
realize
great.
what you were missing until you touched Abdul.
Gosh,
Oh.
now they can find equilibrium.
Wow.
Wow.
But yeah, it was cute. She was on my first day of kindergarten because I entered halfway through the year because we moved to the Middle East.
Mm.
I was like terrified. And the teacher, Miss Sam, who also I had a crush on, introduced, she's like classic. You know, the kindergarten teachers that are like,
Got it.
Like
Oh.
the overalls and
Tweed.
stuff?
oh yeah, she had
Oh,
overalls for
I was
sure.
thinking tweed skirt.
No, she.
Oh.
Oh. I think she also had a tweed
Yeah.
skirt. But she was like, you know, the people who you're like, man, you changed a bunch of kids' lives because you're the best kindergarten
Oh, yeah.
teacher.
Yeah, they
Sure.
were like fruit earrings
Yeah,
and stuff.
totally.
Yeah.
Zero memories from kindergarten.
Yeah,
Oh.
Absolutely not.
gotta block those things out.
Not
It
a
was a
one.
rough time.
Yeah,
We all have those decades.
Yeah.
Wait.
Decades.
Sorry, I do have one. I have one memory from kindergarten.
Uh-huh.
It was when I was listening to the Lion King theme song, and they say kings and vagabonds, and I was like, "What's a vagabond?" And the teacher was like, "It's like a poor person," and I was like, "We're vagabonds. My family is vagabonds."
that's so
Kings
good.
and O'Haras.
Sorry.
These
So
kings and vagabonds.
it's like that's us.
Yeah, that O'Hara's are kind of
We're
vagabonds.
sort of vagabondish. Yeah. My
Yeah.
dad was not happy to hear that I said we were vagabonds.
We're vagabonds.
But sorry, your teacher.
Oh, she introduced me to the class and everyone went and sat down and I was like, I don't know what to do now. And then Julia came up to the teacher and she's like, where's the new boy going to sit? And then she
Aw.
let me sit next to her.
Oh,
Oh, that's
Ah,
nice.
yes.
oh, Julia's an angel.
She was
Yeah.
really nice. And then we were best friends until second grade. And then it got weird
Hmm.
because I got made fun of by my family for having a girl best friend.
Ah,
And I was like, are we not allowed to be friends?
yeah, that'll fuck stuff
I
up.
had that relationship, and so then I just found a very gay best friend, Steven. Yeah, fine. If you won't let me be friends with a girl, I'm best friends with a girl
I'll be best friends with a guy who I will fuck.
someday. Coming for you, Steve.
Coming for you, Steve.
Coming for you, Steve.
That's great.
Did we do favorite NPCs?
Kind of.
Kind of.
Yeah,
Borbo,
Borbo,
We all
love
Batman.
Doris, because she's just so
Mm.
nice.
Yeah.
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 Rara.
I love
Rara.
Rara made me laugh so hard in the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Rara became Rara in that one scene that was a cutaway from the My Alchemical Romance concert where
Yes.
Oh,
Borbo
so-
was in a wheelchair and he was just like,
Oh, right. Yeah,
He's
they're
like,
like talking.
I
Yeah.
don't know what I'm doing with my life. And Rara's like,
Yeah, we see so much more of Rara, like the therapist, in season 2.
in
Yeah,
season 2,
totally.
yeah.
Wonderful.
He's so funny.
Just the first when we're like what the hell? Like we were always so afraid of the thing that's in the vents.
Oh yeah,
And
I
now it's-
loved the early Rara stuff
Yeah.
when he was just the hobnoblin that lived in the vents.
Yeah.
And then in the closing, you kind of created the character of Rara because in the closing of every episode, as the camera strafes away,
Yeah.
Rara is always doing something.
Uh-huh.
And then the Charles Eve episode, he like takes the balaclava off and winks at the camera.
So dumb.
What's something we wish we could have done in season 1?
Oh.
I don't know. Is that a normal question to
That's
ask?
a normal
It's a
question.
normal
What would
question.
you have changed about season 1?
Could use a re-listen for that question.
Yeah, it's almost as if everyone else did realize.
I don't think I would change anything about season 1, but like I think that every time I listen to myself run a game, I think about how I would have done it differently.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Because it's all so improvised. I
Yeah.
come into every episode with no plan. So every time I'm like, oh, I could have done this or I could have done that. But considering that, I think the first season's really strong.
I love it.
Yeah, it's so fun.
I love it.
Mhm.
I don't know that I would have changed
I
anything.
guess not. I might have leaned more into the hippie stuff. I think there'd be some good jokes in that, but
Yeah.
I think that's all right. She's like, Clover became more of like trash kid than hippie, and I feel okay with that.
Yeah,
Totally, yeah.
that kind of makes sense.
I
Mhm.
love Trash Kid Clover.
I am
Yeah.
a trash kid,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
it's just naturally where I veer to.
Yeah.
A natural raccoon.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
The moments where Clover just like kind of like flips into like rage mode is like
Yeah, totally.
so fun.
Mhm.
Yeah. Where she's just like, well, I'm gonna burn these kids alive now.
I'm going to make this whole situation way worse for
It's
everybody.
really unhippie like of her.
Yeah. Because he did that there.
Is it?
Oh, yeah, maybe
That's the
not.
true.
That's
hippie.
true,
They're
yeah.
very angry bunch.
That's
Yeah.
true. The true hippie.
Oh,
Yeah.
Clover is.
It's knowing when to apply the anger.
Yeah.
I think that is the
Mhm.
true hippie way,
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
which I think you do very well as Clover.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm real life.
Yeah. yeah.
Trash kid.
Trash kid.
Yeah.
Trash kids for life.
What about you, Paul?
I really, I mean, I don't know about doing it differently, but I think I really appreciated finding the softness and Franklin, the dancing side.
Yeah.
That really fleshed him out for me
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
a lot. So, yeah. I feel like right now in the spoiler future present tense, he's a little more angry,
Uh-huh.
trying to like come find the way back. I know that we still have a bit of that dance
Mm-hmm.
weirdness, but yeah, I really appreciate his like flighty heart
Mhm.
Yeah.
dancing stage.
I just remembered another scene that I really liked, which is in Big Market when he stops dancing after he's trying to show off for Gruff Smushlin. He's like,
Right.
That's
they
the
call
best
me
part.
Tux. Who calls you that?
And then Gref goes, why?
Why?
Because they pulled it out of nowhere for Shawn.
They call me Tux.
Hey, that's the best part of the season.
Just
Right.
the post musical, like,
He's breathing so hard.
That is
call me
like a
Tess.
character thing that I feel like I bring in a lot. It's just it brings so much context in any
The
situation. I
exertion,
love it.
yeah,
It's
I
like
love it.
one of my go-tos.
I love it because it reminds everyone like how much effort our characters have
Yes.
put into stuff.
Uh-huh.
Nothing is easy for us.
yeah.
I eat too much lost meat. I got right there. It's getting me in the side.
Gref is also kind of a fantastic character. It was
oh, sure,
so
yeah.
good.
Graf is great.
Yeah.
I feel
Oh
like
my
with Gref,
gosh.
I'm always trying to get back to that first interaction.
Yeah.
Because the voice was like so good.
Yeah.
And I can't quite get back to it. But I'm going to keep working on it.
Well, maybe that's your journey into chocolatey Shawn.
Mhm.
Right?
It's probably part of the
Yeah.
deepening of my voice has made it harder to do the highs and lows. You know what? I'm going to take voice lessons. I'm going to get back to Gruff Smushlin.
You should.
All right. Thanks for joining us, everybody, for this season 1 Mall Brats Talkback. We'll be back for season 2, probably. And you'll hear season 2 in a few months. And let me tell you, from here on out, things get pretty great.
Yeah, man, season 2 premiere is going to be so funny.
Yeah. If
It's
you
so good.
Yeah,
It's-
just wait, you guys.
honestly-
it's a real cliffhanger.
season 2 premiere is like
It's very, very
It's
funny.
one of my favorite scenes of
Yeah.
all time.
If you like
so
season
great.
1, you're going to love season 2. So we'll see you next time.
Here, let me get you the actual date. We're back on June 30th.
July 1st.
Okay.
I'm going to say June 30th.
Comes right after that. Get ready for Canada Day.
Yeah.
And if you liked season 1, you're going to love season 2, which we will be back for June 30th.
Right before Canada Day.
Yeah.
Right before Canada's Day.
The most Canadian podcast on Pickaxe releasing on Canada Day.
Yeah, we actually are for sure the most Canadian podcast on the network.
That's great.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Hello, Pickaxe. Welcome to Canada.
Remember how you used to own us? Not anymore.
Except actually, they kind of
They
still
kind
do.
of still do.
We actually still
Actually,
fucking-
all of them are on our money still.
Yeah. Shout
No.
out to the king.
No, we drive on the other side of the road here.
Yeah, we drive over here.
But our governor general has to talk to the king sometimes.
Sure, we use their language and everything we do.
Yeah.
But we also use a little bit of those guys' language, too.
Yeah.
And sure, we have
Bonjour.
to have a portrait of the king on all our boats.
We have to.
We genuinely had, when I worked at the military newspaper, we had a portrait of the queen. And then it was just in a drawer because they were like, we don't want to put it up. So
We
I put it
have
up in
to
my
have it.
office, and I was
I
like,
think you have to have it.
Yeah.
So
You're
what?
supposed
Maybe
to have
we're
one.
all legally required to have the middle name Elizabeth.
So
and now
Charles.
Charles.
I like
Yeah.
that they just kept it Elizabeth.
So what? That technically the governor general somehow contains some kind of occult presence of the royal family.
Oh, like they're the avatar of the monarchy.
That's sort of how Canada was set up. Is the governor general is the avatar of the royal family?
Well, I mean-
incarnate in North America.
You're
our
describing
court system,
authority,
too.
though. So, like any person with authority is technically an occult representation
Yes.
of an idea.
Kind
They were
of.
granted that
Yeah.
authority
Yeah.
by the crown.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah. Capital T, capital C, the crown. That is a strange
It's
concept.
So weird. Like in courts, there's a little bit of the queen in every court.
Yeah.
Now the king.
The crown, because even like our public broadcaster is a crown corporation.
Yeah.
It's a corporation that technically has to answer to King Charles.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
A lot of the country is crown land.
Yes.
Like it's just land that is
So
used for
fucked
nothing
up.
We
except
ride
Yeah.
on the Queen's Ferry to get to the rest of the country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So thank you, England, for taking us back
I
to
can't.
the podcast.
I can't.
The prodigal son of podcasting returns to the sceptered isles of Britannia.
Britannia, Rhoda.
June 30th, the day before Canada Day.
In the mud. All right, we'll see you June 30th, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
All right.
Okay, that was great.
All my Irish ancestors just got so mad that I saluted the king.
Sarcastically.
Absolutely. It was sarcastic.
Yeah, no, it's
it was
good.
sarcastic. It was sarcastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Irish people know a sarcastic salute when they see one.
That's true.
Yeah, and I was
Oh,
saluting
yeah.
twice.
That's even less sarcastic. Super salute.
It looks like
Especially when you
you're
tip
trying
back
to look
like that.
a distance.
And so ends the tale of the Cruel Treat Kids. Always up to no good. So tiny and greedy and angsty they be as they navigate crime and puberty. And though our journey may belie a conclusion, we will not leave you without a resolution. Return next week to the chocolate store as the Cruel Treat Kids plan their next score. And for you, I'll gladly spout more.